This was originally going to be my XT49 Eliminator Takes on Commonwealth of Man video, but the Third Empire popped up, and instead of killing it, I let it play out, and it had a dramatic effect on the outcome of the game. So I thought I would make this an alternate ending video instead. So if you've already watched this video, then the first 7 minutes or so are identical, and you skip past that if you want to. The timestamp should be showing at the bottom of the screen right now. I haven't done one of these for a while, and I thought it'd be fun to pit the XT49 Eliminator against the Commonwealth of Man. They both seem like ruthless conquerors, so I thought it'd be fun to see who came out on top. The XT49 Eliminator has a rogue defense system for government type machine intelligence. They're a determined exterminator. They have warbots, a gestalt consciousness, machine for a trait, war machine, power drills, mass produced, uncanny, and bulky. Their origin is prosperous unification, and they come from a desert world. I had to make a few concessions on the Commonwealth of Man. I created a custom Commonwealth of Man for this game for two reasons. One, it's the only way I can force that empire to spawn in this game. You can't force that on a regular generic empire. The other one was because I wanted to change their origin. Normally they have Lost Colony, and that usually forces an extra empire to spawn in the game, and I didn't want that. So those are my reasons for creating a custom empire. Aside from that, it's identical to the Commonwealth of Man. Except for the flag colors. I changed those because they were so similar to the XD exterminators. I thought this would stand out better during the game. As for the game settings, I've set this on Grand Admiral. I've disabled Iron Man mode. I've got a tiny galaxy size, only 200 stars, elliptical galaxy shape. Hyperplane density I left the same. AI empires, just one. That would be 1-on-1. As for advanced settings, crisis type I left alone. The only thing I did was I set the AI aggressiveness to high to get the action going a little faster. The rest of this stuff is default. I left it as was. So with that, I'm going to click play, and I'm going to start the game. Before I take the game off pause and start it, I like to see the starting positions of each empire. And it looks like the XT49 Eliminators and the Commonwealth of Man are on opposite sides of the galaxy, so it might take a while before the action starts in this game. I also like to take a look at the starting ships before at the start of each game, just to see what they look like. They've always been identical before, and I don't think it'll be any different this time, but I just want to take a look to be sure. So I'm going to take a look at the Commonwealth of Man's first. And Commonwealth of Man has 3 ships. This is their armaments, utilities, and core components. Statistics on their ships. Switch over to the XT Eliminators now. They've also got 3 ships, their corvettes, armaments, utilities, core components, and stats. So they've got pretty much identical starts. So with that being said, I'm going to take the game off pause and let it go for about 20 years or so, and then drop in and see what is going on. There's my hyperlanes. It's been 20 years of game time now, so I thought I'd drop in on the 2 empires and see how they're doing. And during the game, the Third Empire's cropped up the Lyrian corporate holdings. Thought about killing them off, but I figured, well, we'll just let it play out and see how it affects the game. So I'm going to take a look at the Commonwealth of Man first. Look at the traditions that he's got. He's adopted 4 out of 5 out of the expansion tradition tree. He has no ascension perks yet. Commonwealth of Man, I should say. As for ships, let's see if I can pull that up. Ships, he's got 3 construction ships, 2 science ships. He's got a shipyard, and he's got 3 star bases and 1 transport fleet. 27 ships, they're all corvettes. Looks like the armament and utilities are still the same, and the core components are still the same. Research. Very nice appointed Jafaba as the head of research. He's researching blue laser and naval capacity and army damage. Then I'll take a look at the XT 489 Eliminators. So take a look at their traditions. He's adopted Discovery, and he's got 5 out of 5 adopted. 1 Ascension perk, Mastery of Nature. As for, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colonies. 6, 1 in progress. Got 1 fleet. He's got 2 constructor ships, another colonization ship being built, and 2 research ships, 1 shipyard, 2 star bases, and a transport fleet. Take a look at his military fleet. He's got all corvettes. He's got 16 ships, and all their armament, core components, and utilities are still the same also. Lithium corporate, I don't know. I'll take a look at them. Traditions, they've adopted unyielding. They've got 4 out of 5 adopted, so they won't have an ascension perk yet. For research, they've got a head of research appointed. Blue laser, fleet supremacy, and corvette, standardized corvette build patterns. Standardized corvette patterns, I'm sorry. They've only got 1 colony, the Empire capital. They've got 2 military fleets. They've got a construction ship and a science ship, and I'm not sure what this. Another science, 2 science ships, 1 shipyard and 1 transport fleet. So take a look at their most powerful fleet. They've got 20 out of 20. They're corvettes, and they've got the same basic core components and armaments and utilities. So I will go back into observer mode, unpause the game, and let it run for at least another 20 years, and we'll see what happens. Whenever a war erupts, I like to pause the game and take a look at the 2 warring parties, see their stats, take a quick look at the ships and a few other things, and ones that are up to between the XT49 Eliminators and the corporate holdings, and they are the aggressors. So I thought I would take a look at their ships real quick. About 20 out of 40. They're attacking a outpost in the XT49 Eliminators territory, and it's still basically the same layout as what we started with in the game. As for the XT489 Eliminators, sounds like Marvin the Martian. They've got 19 out of 40, all corvettes, and looks like the numbers are equal, and the armaments, utilities, looks like everything's equal. I also like to take a look at war goals, see what's going on. So the defenders are the XT49 Eliminators, and their goal is cleansing. War is waged to cleanse the enemy from the face of the galaxy. Pleasant. As for the attackers, theirs is to end the threat, and war is waged to end a threat to galactic civilization. Right now, it looks like it's even. Each side is suffering from 2% war exhaustion. Also like to take a quick look at the stats while I'm here. Here are the Commonwealth of Man stats. Fleet power is 3.4. Overall power is 454. For the XT49 Eliminators, their power is 340. Fleet power is 1.3. And for the corporate holdings, their fleet power is 1.9. Overall power is 306. So it looks like a fairly even matchup. The XT49 Eliminators might be at a disadvantage. If they get eliminated from the game, I guess I'll have to declare the Commonwealth of Man victor by default. Well, the war is now over, and although neither side was eliminated, it looks like the XT49 Eliminators lost some territory to the corporate holdings empire. I have trouble with that first word. Here's a look at the stats real quick. Commonwealth of Man is still expanding unopposed. And there's the corporate holdings stats and the Eliminators stats. With that, I'll pause the game and let it roll on. Another war has started. Again, the corporate holdings has declared war on the Eliminators. And I may make this an alternate ending to the video because it's not my original intent to... It was my original intent to have it one-on-one. And right now, this empire is acting like a buffer that they'll have to go through, or either that or expand around this way. And that was not my original intent. But I think this makes for an interesting alternate ending for the video. So I'm going to play it out and see what happens. I think I'll take a look at each empire and see how they progress so far before I go on with the game. So the Commonwealth of Man, their power rating is 1068. Corporate holdings is 684, 487. Fleet power is what I like to look at, 8.7 versus 6.8 versus 900. So the Eliminators are way down there militarily. Going to take a look at the... Take a look at the Commonwealth of Man's stats. Traditions, he's got this one completed. He's working on statecraft. He's got 4 out of 5. For his ascension perk, he took 1 vision. Currently researching mining drone lasers, gene core, and exotic gas refining. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colonies and 2 in progress for a total of 8. You got 2 fleets. Got numerous science ships and construction ships. 2 shipyards and 1, 2, 3, 4 star bases and a couple transport fleets. I want to take a look at their most powerful fleet real quickly, which would be this one. They've still got corvettes as their top of the line ship. A little surprise there. And they've upgraded to small blue lasers. They've upgraded this. And this is still the same. The core components are still the same, looks like. No advancements there. As for the corporate holdings, they've got 1 tradition completed now, unyielding. They're working on mercantile. They've got 3 out of 5 of those adopted. And they've got 2 ascension perks, universal transactions and Lord of War. Research, they're working on automated exploration protocols, interstellar fleet traditions, and carrier operations. They've got, let's see, they've got an observation post. They've got 3 colonies, 2 military fleets, and numerous construction ships and a colony ship in science ships, 2 shipyards, and a bunch of star bases and a transport fleet. Take a look at their most powerful fleet, which is this one. They've also got corvettes as their top of the line ship. Really no changes to that, to their layout of the corvettes at all. As for the XT Eliminators, tradition wise, they've got Discovery fully adopted now. They've got 1 out of 5 of the Unyielding adopted. They have 1 Ascension perk, which is Mastery of Nature. Research, they're looking at UV lasers, adaptive combat algorithms, and an arc furnace. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colonies. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, can't count. 1 military fleet, a couple constructor ships and a colonization ship, and 1 science ship, 1 shipyard, some star bases, transport fleet. Take a look at their most powerful fleet, which they've only got 1 of. And they also only have corvettes as top of the line. And the only thing they've advanced on is a fusion reactor. That's up to level 2. Oh, and they have changed their armament a little bit. They went to point defense and a couple of nuclear missiles. And we will let the game play on. The war is over, and once again the Eliminators have lost a lot of territory to the corporate holdings, but they're not eliminated from the game yet. The Lithium corporate holdings has again declared war on the XT Eliminators. I got a feeling they might be able to eliminate that empire this turn. Want to take a look at the war goals real quickly. The XT-49 Eliminators are the defenders. Their war goal is cleansing, which is war is waged to cleanse the enemy from the face of the galaxy. The attackers are the corporate holdings. Their war goal is end threat. War is waged to end a threat to galactic civilization. Well, the war between the corporate holdings and the 49 Eliminators is over. Some border changed, but they're not eliminated. I'm going to take a look and see if they were vassalized. But a new war has erupted between the Commonwealth of Man and the euthanizers. So I want to go in and take a look at those empires too. So just do a general overview of everything the way it stands right now. I'll just start at the top and work my way down the list. Commonwealth of Man. Yeah. 17 colonies. Several fleets. Let's take a look at the most powerful one. And it has destroyers. And the core components have got a class 2 fusion generator. The rest of these are class 1. Here's the armaments. Here's the utilities. Auxiliary slots are still empty. Might as well check out their traditions. So they've got expansion, they've got statecraft fully done, and they've got 4 out of 5 discovery. For ascension perks, they've got 1 vision and nihilistic acquisition. They are currently researching chemical plants, artificial moral codes, and cruisers. For the corporate holdings, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fleets. Here is their most powerful one. They've got destroyers, ship details. Here's their core components, armaments, and utilities. And the auxiliary slots are still empty. For traditions, they've got unyielding completed, they've got mercantile completed, and they've got harmony completed. And they're working on supremacy. Looks like they've just started it. Research, they've got for physics, they're doing plasma throwers, doctrine fleet support, and autocannons. As for planets or colonies, they've got, let's start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One of the context list of the corporate holdings to see if the XT49 Eliminators have been vassalized, and they have not. Take a look at the euthanizers. They've got one military fleet. They've got destroyers as their top of the line ships. Here are their core components. Armaments. And utilities. And they've got one auxiliary slot in use. Improved reactor booster, sorry. Traditions, they've got expansion completed. They've got statecraft completed. And they're working on discovery. As for colonies, they've got 2 colonies. And finally, the XT Eliminators. They're just about eliminated. They've got a Revolt and Extron. They have 1 military fleet, 2 ships. There were corvettes, Corvette and a frigate. Wow. So the Corvette has, this is the core components for the Corvette. Armaments. And utilities. Take a look at the frigate while I'm at it, since it's the only other one they've got. Here's their core components. Armaments. And utilities. And you've got an afterburner in their auxiliary slot. As for traditions, they've got the discovery and unyielding. They're working on that still. As for technology, colony development speed, AI controlled colony ships, doctor reactive formations, and engineering destroyers. So they don't even have destroyers yet. Well, the war between the Commonwealth of Man and the euthanizers is over, and it looks like they've returned to the Commonwealth of Man's rule. The year is now 2320. I thought I'd stop and take a look at the 2 major powers in the game now, Commonwealth of Man and corporate holdings. Let's start with Commonwealth of Man. Their power is high, but their fleet power is only 39.4K versus 70.5. So unless they've got a technological advantage, I would think if a war comes along, they'd be at an extreme disadvantage. Let's see. I want to take a look primarily at the ships and the traditions. So military fleets, we'll look at their most powerful one. And they've got cruisers now. Here are their core components. Here are their armaments. Here are their utilities. And auxiliary slots are empty. Traditions always interest me. So they've got expansion, they've got statecraft, they've got discovery, and they're working on supremacy, 0 out of 5. For ascension perks, they've got 1 vision, nihilistic acquisition, and synthetic evolution. For corporate
situation
holdings,
log updated.
take a look at their ships. Let's see, where's their most powerful fleet? Well, they're all kind of scattered, really. Let's take a look at this one. They've got destroyers. Here's their core components and armaments and utilities within the auxiliary slots. So it looks like they've got lower quality ships, but a lot more of them. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Take a look at their traditions real quick. They've got unyielding, mercantile, harmony, and they're still working on supremacy. For ascension perks, they've got universal transactions, Lord of War, and One Vision, and engineered evolution. I thought I'd take a look at the contacts real quick and see how close they were to war with the Commonwealth of Man. And surprisingly, they don't seem to even be aware of them yet. And once again, the corporate holdings has declared war on the 489 Eliminators. And the XT 49 Eliminators have been removed from the game. That leaves just two major powers left, the Commonwealth of Man and the corporate holdings. I thought I'd drop in at least see what the relationship was between the two major powers, see if they're close to war yet. So I'm looking at this from the Commonwealth of Man's perspective. And their relations to these guys is minus 726, so they're close to war. Not quite there yet. And when I look at this, their fleet power is superior to the Commonwealth of Man's, and economic and technology level is equivalent. So war has finally erupted between the Commonwealth of Man and the corporate holdings. Commonwealth of Man has declared war on the corporate holdings, and it looks like they geared up for war in advance because they're up to 336.8k militarily.
Situation log
I want to take a look at their ships. You can see they've got a ton of colonies and habitats and planets. Take a look at the ships. Find their most powerful fleet, which is this one. A dimensional fleet. So they've got a cruiser in this one. Cruisers. Here is their core components. Their armaments. Well. And more of their armaments and their utilities. Let me take a look at another fleet real quick. Just while I'm doing it. Let's look at this one. This one's got cruisers also. This is the core components. These are the armaments. These are the utilities. And the auxiliary slots are empty. I want to see what the traditions look like, just for the sake of argument, and the perks, ascension perks. Expansion, statecraft, discovery, supremacy, and they have finished enmity. And their ascension perks are One Vision, Nihilistic Acquisition, Synthetic Evolution, Galactic Nemesis, and Executive Vigor. I think I want to take a look now at the lithium
situation
corporate
log updated.
I want to look at their ships also. You can see they've got a huge number of planets and habitats also. These are two huge empires. Find one of their most powerful fleets, which is take a look at this one. They've got a battleship, so they've got battleships. Here's the core components. Armaments. And utilities. And auxiliary slots are empty. Take a look at another fleet real quick. They've also got battleships and they've got cruisers. Take a look at a cruiser real quick. Here's the core components. Armaments, all kinetic. And utilities. Auxiliary slots are empty. We'll take a look at traditions and ascension perks, and they've got unyielding, mercantile, harmony, supremacy, and expansion. And their ascension perks are universal transactions, Lord of War, One Vision, engineered evolution, executive ear, and galactic nemesis. The war is over. The Commonwealth of Man eliminated the corporate holdings with just one war. So, and they won the game. So this is a fun video to make, and I hope you enjoyed it. So until next time, this is Rich from Lowland Strategy Games. I'll see you later. Bye.